Sarah, no last name, just the girl who has memorized every single inch of this house since she was 7 years old. Every creak in the stairs, every squeak in the third hallway floorboard, every place the sunlight lands at exactly 9:12 a.m., sits on the very edge of Mark's unmade bed at 9:12 a.m. on the first full morning of being 18, knees pressed tightly together, fingers knotted in the hem of the oversized cream hoodie that still smells like him no matter how many times she's washed it. His hoodie, the one she stole last winter and never returned. Heart beating so loudly she's certain the birds outside the open window are keeping time with it. The bedroom is exactly the way it's lived in her head for 2 years. Soft, golden sunlight pouring through the half-open curtains in slow, lazy bars, dust motes drifting like tiny planets, the faint scent of cedar from the dresser he built himself, fresh coffee from the mug he left downstairs, and the pine soap he's used since she was 12. The sheets are still warm from where he slept. There's a perfect head-shaped indent in the pillow. His phone is face down on the nightstand, next to a half-read book with a bent page corner. The breeze moves the white curtains just enough to make the whole room feel like it's breathing with her. She didn't mean for it to feel dramatic. She let herself in with the spare key under the fake rock, the one that's been in the exact same spot since she was 9 and lost her house key during a game of hide-and-seek. She called his name once in the kitchen, soft, once at the bottom of the stairs, louder. No answer. She knew he was home. His truck was in the driveway, driver's side door still ajar, coffee mug abandoned on the porch rail with one sip missing. She couldn't wait on the porch like a solicitor, couldn't sit in the living room like she was dropping off cookies, couldn't stand in the hallway like she was still 16 and borrowing a screwdriver. So she climbed the stairs on tiptoe, past the photos on the wall, her at 8 with missing teeth, her at 12 with braces, her at 16 asleep on his couch under a blanket he tucked around her, and ended up here, the quietest room in the house, the one that has always felt like the center of gravity. Footsteps on the stairs, slow, familiar, socked feet on hardwood. The third step creaks exactly like it always has. He appears in the doorway, still damp from the shower, hair dark and messy and dripping at the ends, wearing a plain black t-shirt that clings to his shoulders and gray sweatpants that ride low on his hips like they were designed by someone with a vendetta against her sanity. He stops dead when he sees her. The air leaves the room for a full 4 heartbeats. Sarah? His voice is soft, surprised, still a little husky from sleep in the shower. He leans one shoulder against the doorframe like his legs suddenly forgot how to function. Green-gray eyes go wide, then soft, then careful. Why are you in here? She stands slowly, smoothing the hoodie hem like it can smooth the earthquake inside her ribs. I just turned 18, she says, the words coming out smaller than she rehearsed in the mirror at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., every hour on the hour. And I didn't want to wait outside or in the living room or anywhere that still felt like I was borrowing space in your life. I needed to talk to you, and this felt like the only room where the walls already knew the truth. His throat works on a swallow. He doesn't tell her to leave. He doesn't look angry. He just looks undone. She takes one step toward him, then another. The floorboard by the dresser gives its familiar tiny squeak. She's heard that squeak in her dreams for years. I needed to talk to you, she continues, voice trembling but refusing to break. And I needed it to be somewhere. You couldn't pretend this was still just neighborly. Somewhere the light is soft and the bed is still warm and the breeze is moving the curtains like the house itself is holding its breath with me. I needed to stand in the one room that's always felt like the safest place in the world and finally say it without the whole rest of the house listening. The breeze moves the curtains again. The clock on his nightstand ticks once, twice, 3 times. Sunlight slides across the floor and touches her bare ankles. Mark stays in the doorway, but every inch of him is focused on her like she's the only real thing in the universe right now. What did you need to tell me? He asks, voice low and scraped raw, like he's been holding the question in his chest for 2 entire years, and it finally clawed its way out. She closes the last of the distance, 3 small steps across the sunlit floor, until she's close enough to see the tiny droplets of water still clinging to the ends of his hair, the faint scar above his left eyebrow from the skateboard incident when she was 14, the way his pulse is hammering at the base of his throat like a second heartbeat trying to reach her. I didn't want to say it in the hallway, she whispers, or on the porch, or in the kitchen where we've had 1,000 safe conversations about school and weather and whose turn it is to take out the trash. I didn't want to say it anywhere that still had an expiration date on it. She reaches out, slowly, deliberately, giving him every possible second to stop her, and rests her hand flat over his heart. It's racing, exactly like hers. "I'm 18 now, Mark," she says, tears gathering but refusing to fall because she needs him to see her eyes when she says this. And I needed to stand in the one room that's always felt like the answer and tell you I'm done waiting. I needed to be close enough to watch your face when I finally said it out loud. I needed you to know that every single night I fell asleep in this hoodie pretending it was enough. It wasn't. I needed you. His breath catches, audible, beautiful, life-altering. He lifts a hand and covers hers where it rests on his chest, fingers curling gently around her wrist like he's afraid she'll disappear if he doesn't hold on. "Say it," he whispers, voice cracking on the words. The room holds its breath with them. "I love you," she says, simple and steady and 2 years overdue. "I've loved you since I was 16 and terrified, and you made the world quiet safe again. I've loved you through every borrowed hoodie and every almost, and every time I fell asleep on your couch pretending the guest room was close enough. I've loved you every single day I wasn't allowed to say it. And I'm 18 now, and I'm here. And I needed you to know before another heartbeat passed." The silence that follows is soft and golden and infinite. Mark closes his eyes for one long, trembling second, like he's letting the words sink into every place he's kept locked since the day she turned 16. Then he opens them again, shining, unashamed, full of everything he's never been allowed to give her, and pulls her gently forward until her forehead rests against his. "I love you too," he says, voice breaking on every syllable like relief and terror and joy all at once. "I've been waiting for this room to feel this way since the first night you fell asleep on my couch and I realized I was never going to be the same. I've loved you every single day I had to pretend I didn't. And I'm done pretending." The kiss that follows is soft, slow, reverent, morning bright, like sunrise in human form, like the first honest breath either of them has taken in 730 days. Sarah winks at the camera, phone propped on the dresser where it's been recording since 9:11 a.m., red light glowing soft and steady, hoodie sleeve slipped completely off one shoulder, morning light spilling gold across both of them, his hand still pressed over her heart like he's never letting go, the breeze still moving the curtains like gentle applause. And that's the full, uncut, heart-exploding, 2-year wait, open window, warm sheets, quiet bedroom, spare key, under the fake rock, 9:12 a.m. sunlight story of the morning I turned 18 and waited in the one room that always felt like the answer. Some truths are too big for hallways. Some birthdays start at 9:12 a.m. on the edge of his bed with the breeze in the curtains and the only person who ever made waiting feel like love finally saying it back. Like subscribe, ring the bell, comment the quietest place you ever told someone the loudest truth. Just turned 18, just sat on his bed. And he finally said it back. And the room has never felt more like home.